Hi everybody, welcome back to another NDEB news update. In this video, we're going to talk about the new equivalency process score reporting that the NDEB announced to its participants. And let's get started. All right, welcome back. First of all, congratulations to everybody that worked and studied hard and prepared and took the AFK exam. It's a big accomplishment, whether it works out or not in this attempt, but it's still, congratulations and best of luck. So let's get to the email. So here the subject is equivalency process score reporting. Let's try to analyze this together and see what we could take from it. And, if there's something I missed, please leave in the comments. I want to hear other opinions. Maybe some of you know something I don't. So the purpose of this notice is to inform participants of the equivalency process of changes to the way in which results of assessment of fundamental knowledge and assessment of ACJ as well will be reported to faculties of dentistry. So that's an interesting point here. Okay, so basically, this involves both AFK and ACJ, and it involves the reporting to faculties of dentistry, right? So I'm just going to take some side notes here to make sure I see the complete picture. All right, so for the remainder of the examinations offered in 2021, pretty much the next AFK and ACJ, right? Results will continue to automatically be provided to Canadian faculties of dentistry. However, the results will be reported as pass-fail only. The numerical score will not be provided. Okay, so what did we get from that? So in 2021, what's going to happen is the AFK that's done in 2021, or at least for 2021, anything that was done there, the scores and the ACJ as well, will be automatically sent to faculties of dentistry, right? But it's going to only be pass-fail. Now, that just has me kind of a little bit confused because aren't the universities aren't they the ones that want to know your score? Because we use that to, they use that to see who's going to get into the university or not. So I'm wondering what's the point of that? I'm not sure. So let's keep going and see if anything here changes. Okay. So the numerical score will not be provided. So they're not going to send a number to the university. Weird. Okay. Beginning in Jan 2022. So beginning of next year, starting 2022, I'm going to mark this down here in red. Results of the AFK and ACJ will no longer be automatically provided. So they're even removing the auto sending to the faculties. Okay, sure. To the Canadian Faculty of Dentistry, a participant can order a proof of successful completion to be sent to the university of their choice. So let's say you want to go to a university. That means now AFK and ACJ, even though I don't know why you would need ACJ, but this auto sending to universities is not happening anymore. So you have to actually ask for the document. And what is the document? The document will basically have a history of pass fail. So maybe like AFK pass, maybe ACJ fail, something like that, right? Or just a history of what you've done. So that's what it would be like. All right. So it's not automatic. You have to request it to get proof of successful completion, be sent to university of their choice. This document will contain the name and date of past examinations only. So they wouldn't, so there you go. So that means this is incorrect, right? So they wouldn't say that actually. My bad. So that means what it would say is only the past exams. So maybe if you pass the AFK, it would say AFK and date, right? If you pass ACJ, it would say ACJ and date that you did the ACJ in. Let's say you failed at both. Well, then would you be able to go into the university? So if you failed at both, then it will just be like an empty document, I guess. All right. So basically, they only see in the document, the universities, the NDEB. You're going to ask the NDEB, hey, I want proof of what I've done. to be sent to a university. They will send a document that only has a list of the exams you passed. That's it. Okay? So, all right. Now, a transcript, full history of examinations taken, will no longer be available to order. Interesting. So, but that means, let's look at this document, a transcript document that says, for example, AFK, the first time, maybe you got 79, and then another time you did AFK, you got, 85. ACJ, you have maybe after you did it, you got, let's say 72 and you failed. And then let's say this is a transcript of all the history. This no longer will be sent. This will no longer be provided. Okay. So the only document you'll have sent to universities is a document that has exam that you passed. So any exam that's listed on that document, that means you passed. Anything you failed, it's not in that document. Okay. So that means the universities are only seeing where you are in the process. They're not seeing all the details about it, right? And I guess they don't need to. They just want to see, oh, did you pass AFK? What did you pass from these exams, right? So if you fail something, the universities won't know about that. I mean, I guess that's a good thing maybe, because you don't want them to judge you based on one of your attempts that maybe you didn't work for and you failed it. So they only see if you pass something or not. So for example, if someone, just got into the NDEB process, like approved, and did no exams, their document would be empty, which is weird, okay? But someone else that failed, their document would be also empty. I mean, why would you even do that? But I'm just trying to get the concept, more understandable. So the document that the university receives is the same in a way, right? So someone that is on their third attempt versus someone that passed from their first attempt will have the same document, right? So if someone passed the AFK on their third attempt, right, and someone passed it from their first, I'll just say AFK, right, and date. So, it's kind of bringing some evenness to the AFK people, or NDECC people, so that the universities can say, oh, look, this guy failed twice, or this person failed twice or once, right? And the other level is so they don't see the attempts. Also, they're not seeing the marks. But I just thought universities wanted to know the score. That's the thing. So I guess they don't get to now. Okay, so basically universities can't see attempts and they can't see score. Okay, I kind of find that kind of okay. Sure, that ways universities. Now, here's the thing: can't universities say we want to know the score? I mean, if they ask that of you, then what are you going to do? So that's kind of weird. Now, let's continue. Let's finish the email first. Okay, so that we could. Now, where are we? Okay, so done. Now, should a third party, such as a financial require verification of continued participation in the NDEB examination process, they will be able to request this from the NDEB. So they want verification of continued participation, so that this person is active in the NDEB. They will be able to request this from the NDEB. This will require participants to provide permission to release this information to be specified institution. This information will not be released to the participant. Okay, so now let's go through another layer here. So now, if you want info from a financial institution, finance, okay, like a bank or something that you want to get money, a loan from, right? So you could ask the NDEB. So you have to ask the NDEB to send it to them, but the NDEB will not send to you. So no, they will not send to you this proof of you being in the process. They'll send it to that financial institution and tell them that, yep, this person is in our process. They're going through exams, but it doesn't say anything about score, right? So maybe the financial institutes, they also don't get the concept of, like, they don't get to know what your score is. Participants will continue to have access to their examination history, including results, throughout their online profile. Okay, this part confuses me a bit. Now, does this mean that you will still see your score for future exams like that you get, or is it only for the ones you've done before this was implemented? So I could look at this and so continue to have access to their examination history, including numeric results through their online profile. So I could look at this in two ways, right? I could say this means that you can see your score online always. Like even so you do an AFK exam in 2022, you get a score, you can see that online, but what the university gets is only the pass fail, and what the financial institutions get is a document that proves you are going through the process. Now the other way I look at this is maybe they mean you only current students that have already scores in the past can see that. So maybe they mean you can see previous scores, right? But for future, it's only pass fail. So that's where I'm not sure. So I'm gonna clear this out here and kind of just give a little summary. Okay, so let's go new. I'm not gonna save this now. So basically, let's summarize. In 2021, nothing very, it's automatic, 2 unis, and it's gonna be pass fail. Is that correct? That's what they said in 2021. Okay, so they are going to know if you failed something as of 21. So universities will know if you failed. That's in 2021. Okay, now starting 2022, this is where everything starts. So you do exam. Okay. NDEB gives you your result in profile online. Now, here's what I'm confused. Is it going to be numeric? Or is it going to be pass fail that you see? This is what I'm not sure of, right? Okay. Now, after this happens, that's all that happens. That's it. Okay. Now, if a university wants something evidence about your performance, you have to ask the NDEB to send to the university a document. This document will have the exams you passed only on it. Make sense? Now, let me make sure I'm getting all this summary correct. So the numeric score will not be provided to the universities. That's in 2021. So it's not automatic. A participant can order proof of successful completion. Okay, so it will be called proof of successful completion. So proof of successful completion. That's what the name of that document is. And it'll only list the exams you passed, which means the university, right? Let's put this in a different color. Cannot see in 2020, after starting 2020, cannot see your failed attempts and cannot see your score. So what does this lead to? This will lead to change in who gets into to university, change in who gets into uni, right? So I mean, I'm trying to simplify the wording here. Basically, who gets accepted into the IDAP program in UFT, who gets accepted into the university pathways, this has changed. Unless, okay, let's put that in a different color as well. Unless uni asks for score. If it's still provided in numerical value. So I'm trying to analyze all this with you here. Okay, to the point. So there's two things. So if you are still getting the numeric value of your result, and universities, go a little bit beyond the step and go, hey, we want to know what your mark was, so you go and figure out a way to get it to us. They could do that. Otherwise, if that doesn't happen, then it's very interesting because more people have a chance now to get into university, right? So someone that gets a 76, right? And someone that gets a 90, the opportunity for uni may be same, right? So that's kind of good because you know what? Not everybody that gets a 90 wants to go to university, and not everybody that gets a 76, maybe they need to go to uni. So I don't know why, what's the point of having a high score just to get into the uni? I mean, you're going there to learn more, so that's going to help you even if you got a lower score. Maybe it's a better way. That way, as long as you pass, that's what matters. And then you could you don't have that pressure that you have to go to uni because you got a high mark, or someone that got a lower mark, they feel like they can't go to uni even though they want to. So I kind of like that, unless, of course, the universities ask for a score and the NDEB is still providing that numeric value. Now, the second part of this summary would be a financial institute thing, and that where you could order continued participation in NDEB exam. So if the financial institute, so let's put that also in red. If they want, if you need to provide proof to them, then again, you have to tell the NDEB to provide a document. Let me do this in a different color. I'll do it in purple, just so that, there you go. And they'll provide that to the financial, so just proof that you're in the process. So it doesn't say anything about score, no score, no pass, fail, nothing. It just says that you're in the process, okay? Just to prove that, and you do not get this. So there's no going back here to you. You don't get that proof. You can't have that document. They'll send it, I guess, to the university to the financial institute directly. Okay. And then the last part, participants will continue to have access to their examination history, including numeric results through their online profile. That's the only vague thing I have left here. So one thing I could be sure of, okay, I can make this statement pretty confidently, I think, is that you will, because they use the word continue and history, so you will have, or let me just make it easy. You can see your scores that already there, okay? So if you have any scores in your profile that's already there from 2021, from last year, you're going to keep seeing those. But in 2022, can you see your scores? And that is the question I'm asking. And I unfortunately not sure yet. I'm going to see what happens and see what access students have when they get their result for the AFK. They could see if they, passed and failed, or if they also, if they get a score, right? A numerical score. Okay, so I think I'm going to take a little bet here. I'm not sure, but I think the NDEB, what they mean by that comment could be that you only have access to your history that you already had before, but anything in the future is going to be pass fail. Okay, it could be like that. That's one possibility. Or again, the other possibility could be that you have access to your history of what the scores were, and in the future you could see your score, but everything outside the NDEB doesn't see your score. So the only people that see the score now is you and the NDEB. That's all who sees the score now. So you could go on telling people what your score is and show them evidence if you want, but I just find, what's the point of that? I mean, that doesn't make sense. What makes sense, if the NDEB is trying to make sure that everybody sees the pass-fail and that's all that matters, I think they're going to switch it to pass-fail, and I believe that is a good thing. I mean, it's a good thing for the majority of participants. Maybe not a good thing for the, the high ambitious people that are good at getting 90s and stuff because they want to be recognized. So one thing of this is also, let's assume from now on you're only going to see pass-fail. What does that change? Universities, let me put this in the middle here, and I'll put it in maybe green. So university opportunities open. I don't want to say easier, but just easier for everyone kind of. 2, you won't know if you're on the border of failing or if you failed like just below. So then appeals maybe are less, right? So less work for the appeals are less maybe. And maybe trying to see what else could affect you. Maybe like, it's less of importance to go for that high score, to be a perfectionist, right? Less pressure maybe on your mark, right? As long as you pass, maybe you're just okay with that. So I don't know. This is what I could conclude from this. This is the possibilities I got. And it all comes down to this question, which is, that's the one I'm trying to interpret this last sentence they had here, which says participants will continue to have access to their examination history. Does that mean the things they've done before, including numerical results to their online profile? But does that include the exams done in 2022 as well? You're going to still get the number, but no one else could see it, like the universities can't and financial institutions can't. We're going to see what they mean by that. So if you guys have any comments or you know any information about that, or if someone actually asked the NDEB, please comment below, let us know. Either way, guys, we really, we prepare you for the AFK. Don't risk failing the AFK 3 times. Remember, we said in one of the videos, AFK and ACJ is something you don't want to play with. If you fail 3 times, then you cannot move forward anymore. The ACS, if you fail 3 times, you could come back and restart the process. But with AFK and ACJ, you don't want to risk it. So check out our online course, AFK online course, ACJ online course. If you need a consult, book a consult. You get a free consult, and we could see, analyze your specific situation. And AFK is coming up, guys. Our AFK is starting around September 1st, August 30th, for the September 2020, for the Feb 2022 exam. And, just check it out. Make sure you're doing your best to pass your exams on your first attempt. All right. So that's pretty much it, everybody. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.